Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Lindsay Weber.
I'm Bobby Finger.
And this is your weekly edition of Who's There?
Who's There? The call-in show.
You will dream it.
Yo, they want to know.
Hey.
Hey.
Come on. Hey. I want to be famous.
Because this show is 95% about you, let's start with our first call.
Y'all are seriously killing me. I had a tweet composed, but then I was like, that will not express my frustration about the lack of Dancing with the Stars knowledge y'all have. It's killing me. Cody Simpson was on Dancing with the Stars. I didn't like him, and he was done with his hair, and then they fixed it, and then people voted for him because they thought he was sweet, and blah, 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 blah. That's not the point. He's a Who, and he was on that stupid show, or I shouldn't even say stupid. Oh, forgive me, Dancing with the Stars gods. But y'all should know it. Okay, love you, bye.
I love this call.
This person is mad we don't know more about Dancing with the Stars, and you know what? I'm mad too. We should know more.
I am not mad. This is great. We can't all be experts in everything. So we need people who are experts in other fields to enlighten us, you know?
It's true, and I really appreciate that this person saw the crossover between our discussion of Cody Simpson and Dancing with the Stars as something that we don't actually really watch, and called it out to us because we don't know who was on Dancing with the Stars.
No.
Right?
I know Peta and Maxim.
But that's the thing. They're like the least important people of Dancing with the Stars history. Are these people. Well, I know Peta and Maxim.
Peta and Maxim and the Huffs. Both Huffs?
The Huffs.
Are the Huffs still puffing on there?
Huffs and Puffs huffing. No, I told you the boy Huff is puffing and puffing all over primetime TV now.
Oh, yeah. That's annoying.
And Julianne Hough is doing other stuff. God, it's like a Dr. Seuss book when you start talking about the Huffs. Yeah.
Yeah. No kid is going to enjoy reading that book.
And so
no
they
kid's
huffed
going to request Mom, Dad, read me the Huff and Julianne Hough and David Huff and Derek Huff. One Huff, two Huff, dancing Huff, acting Huff. No kid's gonna want to read that.
This is gonna be the Who Weekly offshoot of children's books. It's gonna be about the Huffs.
Dancing Jazz. Cody Simpson and his partner Whitney Carson. Dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha. Cody Simpson and his partner Whitney Carson. Dancing the Foxtrot. Cody Simpson and Shana Burgess.
God.
All right, let's go to the next call.
Hi, Lindsay and Bobby. My name is Luke, and my coworker Jane, we're hydrologists. And we always have to go to bumfuck nowhere, Minnesota, and drive for 4 hours to collect water samples. So thank you for making such a great show that we literally listen to every time, and we just giggle our little butts off. Now, we did have one question. On a recent edition of Who Weekly, you mentioned you were trying to figure out which of the Kardashians was the whoiest, and you did not even mention Rob or Angela Kardashian. So we were wondering, did you think about those, or are those not of Kardashian fame? Anyways, please let us know who is the whoiest. Thank you.
I love this call because I just love it. I'm so happy that we can keep you company on your drive to buttfuck Minnesota or wherever you're going.
I'm also glad because I sort of, as we were recording that episode, I remember thinking oh wow, we didn't mention Angela and Rob. But it didn't do anything to me. I wasn't upset by the omission. I just did notice that we didn't call them out.
We kind of gave them this weird hall pass where we were Angela Kardashian is a Who now. Rob is definitely, a them now, and Rob is definitely a them or whatever. But you're right in terms of the kind of shit that they're promoting and saying and doing. They're extremely hooey.
They're very hooey, yeah.
They're very hooey. And they probably are the biggest, who's of the Kardashians currently just because they don't have the actual show yet, so they're doing all of the extracurriculars that go with having a show and promoting yourself.
I think you could argue that they are thems, and in that I think that most of America by this point is at least familiar with the fact that Rob is back because of this woman. I think maybe they won't know her name. Yeah. But it was a big deal when Rob reemerged. you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm not willing to call them thems yet.
You're not?
Or no, God, it's weird. It's rare. I mean, they are thems.
I mean, the original question
when you
was,
compare
though, who is the whoiest Kardashian, assuming that they're all thems. And so the answer is these two. You're totally right. It's these two.
Yes, it's these two.
But it was more fun to kind of talk about Kim Kardashian's who tendencies, because who tendencies is a fun, topic.
And also, I think another big part about this is that they still feel sort of like, at this point at least, they feel like the spinoffs,
Mm-hmm.
the spinoffs to the family, whereas the OG Kardashians, even though Rob was technically one of them, when you think about the Kardashians, who's on the posters? The women. So you think
Sure.
of the
I mean,
main
he
sisters.
was never right. He was never part of the, OG.
Yeah.
team.
So when you ask that, we were just talking about the main sisters, because they are the ones who have been there from the beginning and they've never left.
And it is a genuine challenge to, decide who is that was kind of the game or the challenge to decide who
But
was
if you
the
took in the
whoiest.
whole family, Angela and Rob are the whoiest.
For sure.
But they are still thems. That's where
For
things
sure.
get confusing. They are thems.
Oh my God. Okay, let's move on. I can't even with this. Next call.
Okay.
Hi, Weekly. This is Sarah in Brooklyn. I am your potential mayonnaise hookup. Still working on that, by the way. So I had two questions for you. One is Calvin Harris. So he and Tay Tay have apparently broken up. Is he a who or is he a them? Like, he would definitely be a who before Taylor, right? I mean, is he maybe a who or not a who in the UK? I don't know. So if they break up and he was a them because they were together, does he revert to a who because they're now not together? I would say yes, but obviously that's why I'm calling. I need the official ruling. Thanks. Bye.
So this person is asking, post Taylor Swift Calvin Harris breakup, what happens to Calvin Harris? Is he a who? Is he a them?
I haven't really thought about this much.
You know who's definitely a who, though?
He was a who. He was a who. He was a who.
You know who's definitely a who, though? Calvin Harris, his real name, Adam Wiles.
Adam Wiles.
That's a who. That guy. Right? He's a who.
Yeah, he was a who, but Calvin Harris was a who before Taylor Swift started dating him.
Totally.
Absolutely. But the question is he a who now?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But I think he's on shaky ground, and if he doesn't stay in the news in the next year, he could fall back into Whodom.
I mean, he does literally nothing interesting. I made a joke on Twitter about how no one's ever heard his voice, which is not true. People have heard his voice. He kind of sings, I guess. But my point is that it's like if you said, what's his voice sound like? I'd be like, I have no idea. And he's famous, but I cannot remember hearing his voice. That's how silent and like white bread he is. He's just not a person.
Yes.
Right?
He's not a person.
Yeah.
And the only thing that he was really in the news for before Taylor Swift was his underwear campaign.
Right.
When it was only because look at this old picture of this nerdy white dude,
he got
and
hot.
now look at him, he's like kind of hot now. I don't even want to go. That's
America loves a makeover story.
Yeah. And Calvin Harris works as a stage name, but I don't think anyone would have been able to. You may have listened to that Calvin Harris produced Rihanna's new song, but would you have ever been able to put a face to that name? No. Before Taylor Swift, absolutely not.
So yeah, that's your answer, I guess.
Yeah. He is a them. He's a them now. He will probably slide into Whodom. That's my suspicion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, these DJs, it's hard for them to keep themselves relevant in a way.
Right.
Like, remember David Guetta?
Oh, yeah, I still follow him on Instagram.
Oh, cool. Remember his wife, Nancy Guetta?
Oh, Nancy, they broke up, didn't they?
Yeah. Next call.
Hi, Lindsay and Bobby. This is Katie, and I am calling to get your guys' opinion on the Bachelorette contestant, Jordan Rogers, who is Aaron Rodgers' brother and seems to be like the front runner on the show. His ex-girlfriend, who is maybe who Olivia Munn trainer, posted a Instagram post about how he was a cheater, that he's always wanted to be famous, and that he just is an overall horrible person. Check it out. Her Instagram account is Brittany Farrar, Farrar. It's the post that has Chris Pratt in it. Anyway, just wanted to get your opinion on the matter. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Okay. This person really is taking us on a journey I don't think we wanted to go on, but we appreciate you taking us there. Apparently, one of the Bachelor contestants, the one that everyone is talking about, that is the brother of the famous person, Jordan.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers' brother, Jordan.
Jordan is recently cheated on his girlfriend before the show, or now, or maybe him going on the show is cheating on his girlfriend. He is. I'm already tired talking about him. Apparently,
his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend, accused him of cheating on her.
Brittany Farrar accused him of cheating on her. She wrote, rose emoji, riding the bench doesn't get in the way of a relationship, but cheating does. Hashtag your pitch isn't perfect. Because I think she was in Pitch Perfect. I don't understand. Hashtag always wanted to be famous. I kind of like that. It's like she's calling him out on being a little fame whore.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is, but she's friends with Olivia Munn, who is dating Aaron Rodgers, Jordan's brother. So this must be, related.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think she was in Pitch Perfect because she's not an actress.
What? She's a trainer?
She's a trainer, yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's great.
But it's funny, but the fact that she's friends with Olivia Munn does give some credibility to this, because that's.
I think it's real. No, I don't think it was fake. I think it was real. It was covered.
But the way that people covered it is sort of shady. It's like trainer claiming to be his ex-girlfriend. It's like, excuse me, people, when have you ever been hesitant of calling someone an ex or saying that a relationship exists?
It's true. I'm looking for signs of them being together, and maybe I don't know what he really looks like, but I don't see anything. So
one thing that does bother me about this Brittany Farrar post, which I do love the caption and I love that she called him out, because it's exactly the type of juicy shit that should go on with Bachelor contestants. But she put the reaction gift. I mean, she put a reaction gif as the video for her caption, and it's like, you're not allowed to do that. You spilled the tea, and then other people put the reaction gif on. She begins it with the Chris Pratt "oh snap," and then the caption happens. It's like, that's not how this works, Brittany Farrar.
You spilled the tea.
She's saying "oh snap" to herself.
Sorry, Shade Room Commissioner. I didn't know the rules.
Shut the fuck up. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's true. All right, so whatever. Point being, something happened.
Yeah. That's the end of all of our calls. Point being, something happened.
Next call.
I don't want to deal with this next call. Play it.
I'll deal with it. Okay, play.
Hey, Who Weekly. This is Ethan from New York. First time, long time. So there's someone whose name, I have to admit, I kind of laugh at every time I hear it. And that is Ansel Elgort. But I don't know who Ansel Elgort is. And I was hoping you could tell me. And also let me know if he's a who or a them. I assume a who. I don't know. Thanks. Bye.
All right. This person is asking who Ansel Elgort is.
I hate him. He's the worst. Honestly.
But I think this is a good way to segue into something I did want to talk about that we didn't even get to in the main show. So let's start with him.
Well, let's start with Ansel Elgort. Ansel Elgort is a teen heartthrob. He is most well known, I would assume, for his role in The Fault in Our Stars as whatever the male equivalent of Manic Pixie Dream Girl is. That is the Ansel Elgort character in The Fault in Our Stars.
It's true. He's like a nice guy.
Oh, he's nice, and he always carries a cigarette around because it reminds him of death. Blah blah blah.
He is also a DJ who goes under the name Ansel, which is really funny to me.
Awful.
He's also in Divergent.
The Divergent series.
He's also in, like,
Divergent
other
Saga.
stuff. Yeah.
He's in some other stuff. He was being rumored as being one of the people who was in the running for being Han Solo in the new Star Wars
Thank
video
God
movies.
he isn't.
It was like, hell no. This guy could never be Han Solo.
He's also very funny / just embarrassing on lots of social medias.
Yeah,
he
okay.
is.
He's not funny. He's embarrassing.
He's just, like, very stupid. It's cute. He's stupid.
What are you doing? Why are you calling him cute?
Like, I don't like him, but if I was a fan of...
Oh my God, you're charmed by Ansel Elgort.
No, I just
That's
think...
awful.
I just am amused and I appreciate how much content he pumps out. Because if I was a fan of his, I would just be really into it because he's giving back to his fans by just being a dummy. He just does all these dumb... He's just a dummy.
The most annoying thing about Ansel Elgort is, I think he was profiled by Teen Vogue, which already kill me, but he was profiled by Teen Vogue, and I think it was in that particular profile he was talking about his girlfriend at the time, and he was explaining why he thinks his girlfriend is great.
Right, we talked about him.
And it was
talked about
because
this.
he could play Xbox, and she just liked sitting next to him and watching him play Xbox, and that's like the sign of true love.
He's just, like, funny. Like, okay, so his Twitter...
He's
I know,
not funny.
you're gonna
Quit calling him funny.
No,
He's embarrassing.
He tweeted a picture of, like, some internet chum or whatever that says 12 transgender celebs no one knew about, and it's a picture of him and Julia Stiles, and he retweeted a picture of it and just wrote, "What's up at Miss Julia Stiles? # the internet."
I don't like that you are a fan of Ansel Elgort
I kind of like how stupid he is. Anyways, what I wanted to transition in just to get into a little bit, which I feel like we didn't cover. I think you took it out of the thing, but I want to talk about it. Is there's an Ansel Elgort adjacent movie that came out that is everywhere that stars two huge who's.
I didn't take this out. Oh yeah, I forgot about this movie.
I feel like the people will want to know who these people are.
Do you have any experience of caregiving?
I've never done it, but I'm sure I could learn.
Then let's go meet Will. Will, this is Louisa Clark. Nathan will talk you through Will's routines and equipment.
You don't have to talk across me, Mother. My brain isn't paralyzed.
Amelia Clark and other guy?
Sam Claflin?
Well, we know who Amelia Clark is. I think Amelia
You
Clark...
do, because you watch Game of Thrones, but people who don't.
Yeah. But Amelia Clark is the dragon mother in Game of Thrones. So even if you've never seen Game of Thrones, you have seen a photo of Amelia Clark, like, chilling with dragons. That's who this is.
But
and
also,
then,
can I just say that I think these Game of Thrones people are basically unrecognizable outside of Game of Thrones, as I've said before.
Oh yeah, her particularly.
It's like, right, it's like, oh, from Game of Thrones, Amelia Clark. It's like, I don't recognize her without that blonde wig and a dragon.
And they're all dirty all the time, so whenever you see them outside off the set and they're recently showered, it's like, oh right, okay, I don't know who this person is.
And I wouldn't, like, care about this movie that much if it didn't exist everywhere. It is literally everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And it's controversial.
It's Me Before You. It's based on a novel. It's about a woman who's a caretaker for a recently paralyzed man. And I guess they sort of fall in love, but he basically wants to he wants to kill himself. He wants assisted suicide because he had some sort of active lifestyle, so not being able to walk really fucked with his psyche because he's like, I'm no longer able to do my passion. And so she convinces him to not kill himself, and then I guess they fall in love. I don't know. But there are ads for this. You have seen this ad 700 times today, probably.
They're everywhere. And so his deal is he was in Hunger Games. If you saw Hunger Games, yeah, he was Finnick. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the original ones. He was in the weird sequels.
Yeah, he's like just a British guy, but yeah, so my point was it's related to Ansel Elgort. It reminded me of him because Ansel Elgort was also in a movie based on a book about a sick, dying person.
Yes.
So this is the newest one of these versions.
This is the newest one. And I was looking at I was trying to get the recent ones. I was trying to get the box office returns for this weekend, but it made a lot of money.
Oh, of course it did.
So it made more than... I
haven't seen a movie more publicized in months.
It made more money than I think they expected it to, because what I was reading about earlier was that it outperformed expectations by making something like $8 million on Friday, which could, I mean, I guess that means it'll make something around $30 million, $25 million this weekend, which is huge for a romantic drama like this. That's basically a tearjerker. That's basically like people are going to be crying. I don't know. I think it's surprising people, and it proves that Emilia Clarke is going to be the first sort of movie success to come out of Game of Thrones. Not counting the like Lena Headey, who was already in movies, but Kit Harington starred in that movie that no one saw. Pompeii, was it Pompeii?
They're all having difficult times crossing over.
Yeah, Sansa was in Apocalypse, but she has a small role. It's just showing that Emilia Clarke can open a movie, I guess, maybe.
I mean, honestly, I agree with you. Yes, Emilia Clarke and this guy can open a movie, but they can open a movie with the assistance of millions and millions and millions of dollars in marketing, because this movie has been so marketed. Like
and it's a tearjerker. Right.
I have not seen a more, and it was a book. It was like a very, very popular and beloved book.
But she will turn this into something else, I think.
She will be a them. She's a them.
Yeah, she'll be a them. But also, I don't think she's that great of an actress.
No, I think that was one of the things that came out with this movie, where it was like, yikes.
She's
like,
right.
Get this girl a dragon or something.
But people really like her. She's like very charming.
She does good press. She's always like doing weird press.
She's great in
things.
interviews. She's great in interviews.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Emilia Clarke, who you guys did not ask about, but who cares? We told you better anyway.
Sorry.
What's the other guy's name? You talked
Sam
about the Finnick
Claflin.
guy.
Sam Claflin. Sam Claflin. Don't you know who he is?
Now I do.
That's because I told you. But yeah, I don't know. Don't see that movie. See that movie. Do you? If you
I'll
want.
probably see it when it's on HBO Go. I'll watch it.
Oh, I'll see it. Yes, I'm going to see the minute it comes to streaming, but in theaters, I mean. I don't know. Our favorite movie of the year is The Meddler, so if you want to see a movie that you actually will like, go see The Meddler.
Go see The Meddler. Oh.
Best movie of the year.
Best movie of the year. Will not be a better movie this year. Absolutely not.
There's no better movie. I refuse to believe. Movie. It's only June and there's still no better movie that's coming out.
No.
Right? There's no way.
No. No way.
All right, so this podcast brought to you by The Meddler. Just kidding. They didn't pay us. They don't have a marketing budget like me before you.
No. But we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for calling.
Oh.
619 who them.
You will dream it.
Yo,
they want to know.
Hey.
Mia.
Hey.
Mia.
Come on. Hey. I want to be famous.
I'm watching this Disney Channel marathon, and I don't know who any of the people during any of the commercials are, and it's disheartening, and I'm scared of the passage of time. Tim Meadows is in the Even